How are you, friend? Look at
I'm
that.
good. Yeah, check it out. Got my
That
new
is coming along.
one more to go.
Dope. Are you leaving it
Yeah.
black and white?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Then I'll leave the color pieces down on my legs, and then I just have a whole random blank arm here.
Same.
I'll get started
I'm
on that.
completely disproportionate.
No, that's all right. That's just like you.
Wow. You, you
I
are
like to
aggressive
start
in
with an
saying
insult.
that. Well, everyone, you can see how the show's going today already.
We're gonna have some fun here.
Always, always, always. Well, yeah, you derailed me with your aggression.
Oh, we can take
Um,
a minute. Just get back on track. I'll
if,
tone it down if you want.
no, I don't. I do not want that. Last thing, last thing I want. You know, when people tell you when you're a kid that like stop scrunching up your forehead because you're gonna have permanent forehead lines, and I'm like,
Mhm.
nah. Yeah, it's a real thing.
It's real. That's okay though. That's
It
all
was the
right.
one thing I wasn't lied to about. Like, how was I supposed to know?
Yeah, how were you to just that was the truth? That was the truthful thing?
That was the one. That's where you're gonna dig your heels in on something stupid, like your face is gonna freeze like that.
How are you, bud?
I'm well. I'm well. Staying busy. Just firing on all cylinders.
Good,
It's
good.
It has transitioned from, our cold weather right past spring, into the hot weather, so
Okay.
now we're dealing with the hot. It's not I mean, it's not that hot yet, but
How hot?
okay, I always I I always feel like I took 2 steps too far into a weather conversation with someone from the Midwest, especially
Yeah, yeah.
from
I'm ready to fight you already.
every one of you. You guys all have the same MO. It's like, "Oh, really? How cold is it?"
I'm just
Like,
curious.
it doesn't matter how cold it is, it's never gonna be -14 or whatever you get,
I
right?
know. Did I ever send you that video? That it was -7, but then with the wind chill, it was -40. One of the colder days that we had around here this last winter. And on that day, I tripped up the stairs. And I caught that on my cam. If you'd like
Mm,
to see it, it
I
has
would
some
like to see
colorful
it.
language.
Okay.
It's a lot of me going, oh, oh.
Yeah, please, if you could send that over as quick as possible.
Yeah, I can get that. I
I
got
feel
you.
like something like that should go without saying, but I'll forgive you. I know there's been a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
you're right.
what are you up to? What have you been doing these days?
What have I been doing? What have I been doing?
You just got back from
Well,
Canada.
yeah, in Vancouver, Canada, so lovely.
Yeah.
Um, did you know that when you hold the door for a Canadian, now, of course, this is not blanket, they didn't all do this, but a lot of them did. You hold the door open for a Canadian, and most people, they would say thank you. But the Canadians, they go, sorry. Like, oh, that's so, I, that's so sweet.
Sorry you had to hold the door for me.
It's like I didn't have to. I'm
I did
but
not mean to put you out. I am so sorry.
they're so sweet.
Yeah.
But best part of best part of Canada was when I left. Um, and I don't mean that like that. But I love Canada. But I took a Delta flight, and I don't know if you're familiar with the trading cards on, know
Oh,
what that.
no. No.
So, I saw this on TikTok. So
Gotta be
Delta d
true.
well, I know, I was like, "I'm just gonna try anyway, I don't know." So Delta flights, they have trading cards, so like a sports trading card, imagine that, but they have them for their actual airplanes. And
Oh.
so, yeah, I was like, "Well, I want one of those." So when I got onto the flight, I was like, I went to the flight attendant and I said, "Hey, do you have a trading card?" And she goes, "Well, why don't you ask the pilot?" And I was like, "Okay." She opens the doors of the cockpit and there's 2 pilots sitting there, and then, they're, like, looking at me, and I was like, hello, sir." I got so nervous. I'm like, "Hello, sir, do you have a trading card?" And he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "I'll do you one better." And he gets up out of his seat, and he's like, "Hop in." Yeah, I have goosebumps thinking about this because it's like, "What?"
I also do for the passengers that saw that, because I
Okay,
can't imagine.
you're so right to know this. You know me, and can you imagine, my voice carries. I don't know if that really comes through to the audience, but my
Yeah,
voice
there is a
carries.
projecting quality to the voice for sure.
And so people walking onto the plane, they're just boarding the plane and they're hearing me going, bah, laughing away, just having a great time. Then one of the pilots is like, "Do you have any questions you want to ask?" And I'm just going, bah! Just like I couldn't think of anything. Um, I was just so flabbergasted by this, so I was just kind of smiling away. He put his
Yeah.
captain hat on me.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I know. And then he goes, "All right." So, and there's buttons everywhere.
He's like, "Take
I
us
mean,
out."
yeah, and I was like, "All right, let's go." Yeah. So he goes, "There's buttons just every which way, and it's kind of overwhelming." But he goes, "Press this button." And then I pressed it. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And then he goes, "Now press this button." And then he said, "Put your finger on this like meter, and you're gonna hear a noise. You'll see the arrow go up." And it did, and I hear a noise, and he goes, "You just started a jet engine." And I'm
Whoa,
"Sir, is that okay?" I don't
that's amazing.
Yeah,
The
it was wild.
because when do you ever get to do that? Like, when are you ever gonna get to do that?
Never again, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
I couldn't believe it, and then we took a video together because I
Of
mean, you're
course.
there, you might as well.
Yeah, you can't not.
It was amazing. It was so cool.
Did you ever get the trading card?
I did. Yes, I got 2.
I mean, the sun really shines on some people, Alyssa.
I I know, and it was just like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened to me.
It's, you know
Uh,
why it does? It's because you're the squeaky wheel. Because you will ask. Like, that's all it
yeah.
takes. Like, people really they don't understand that maxim is true. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, means you're gonna get someone's attention, and probably you're gonna get taken care of, however whatever the
That
situation is. In this case, you just wanted a trading card, now all of a sudden you started a jet engine. And now you can
yeah.
show the card and you can go, "I started this engine."
Which is so true, you just have to ask, but what's so funny about that is I'll ask for a trading card, that seems very safe to me, but if I were at a restaurant and they gave me the wrong meal, I'd be like, "Thank you so much," and
Yeah.
also give them an extra tip for doing it.
I'm not going to send it back.
No, I'm not.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was wild, I just wanted to also be like, "Hey, while I'm getting out of here to go back to my seat, why don't you just check on any of those buttons you let me press and just
Yeah,
make sure they're
yeah,
all good." I'm on this flight, so I'm invested in that.
yeah.
Best flight.
You guys have any, seat upgrades in here? I was just
Yeah,
curious.
I mean, while we're
Oh, yeah,
talking.
I'll take less of a walk back if you have that available, is all I'm saying.
See, I set myself up, before the flight because I put myself in the emergency door,
Sure, sure,
because you're gonna get a little more leg room,
right.
and
Shorter
I'm up
row,
to the task. I feel
100%.
like I'm here. I will be the hero. I'm
I
gonna
will
get
take it.
everybody down that slide quick.
I'm with you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then the flight attendant always asks you, like, in a condescending way, like, "Are you prepared to accept the responsibility of this seat?" And I'm like, "I was born for this job."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You are the perfect person here for this. Am I prepared for it? Yes, I am. I read the manual. I watched YouTube videos prior to this. Of course I am. I'm here to serve.
I watched every season of Lost. I'm really familiar.
I did. I did watch that.
I know how plane crashes work, don't worry. Also, if we end
Uh,
up in some sort of interdimensional situation, I got you.
I've got that
Nah,
covered. I've seen the season of Grey's Anatomy where there was that huge plane crash, so there's a lot of dynamics that we're
I
going to expect
mean,
after. Social dynamics, medical problems, I'm here for all of them.
you know what I feel like is a miss is that the planes are cool, but they should also have cards with stats for all the captains and attendants
Now that
that you could
would be
trade.
cool.
Because then, like, if someone was irritating you and they were actually on the flight, you could be like, "Does anyone want to trade for anybody? Anybody want this one?" Or
Anybody
just
want
throw their card out.
Marianne's card? Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel, and I like
And they
it.
just
That's
order
fun.
like, they just order you 1,000 of them for when you get business cards at a new job, you get you get to hand them out.
This is a great idea. Delta, reach out. We've got some
Yeah,
ideas.
I feel like you guys are missing the mark not reaching out to us, to consult about this.
But best flight of my life, I'll say. I'll say that.
Like, people complain about Delta a lot, and maybe it's because I don't fly a lot, but every experience that I've had on Delta has always been fine. I've only been to Canada once, and it was, Toronto, but I took a Delta plane to France. I've flown to back east to, like, Georgia and to Florida a couple times on Delta.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with them, you know, I don't
I
I don't know.
I have to say, and I don't maybe this is a shocking opinion, but I love Delta. I feel like I'm having a luxury experience. Now, I'll be honest, I was many until the recent years. I've been flying Allegiant. I've been flying Frontier. Okay,
Sure,
so I got on
sure.
a Delta plane. I'm like, "Oh, this is nice. Like this is fantastic." And
Yeah,
they're
because a
great.
Frontier yeah, so right, you gained some perspective, right? Because you get on a
Yes.
Frontier and you're like they put you in the emergency row and you're like, "There's a good percentage chance that I'm gonna have to be able to exercise these duties." Like, you feel like the milk crate with the seatbelt on it that you're sitting on is probably right? You're like, "I don't know."
Yeah. What I've always said about Delta is you're probably gonna get there. You're probably gonna get to your
You're
destination.
probably
Or
gonna
not Delta, Frontier, excuse me. About Frontier,
Oh,
you're probably
Frontier,
gonna get yeah.
Frontier.
It's not gonna be a great experience, but with a
Well,
Frontier flight, you're probably
have
gonna get
you
there.
were you distressed by the recent news that Spirit Airlines has gone under?
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. You know, we want, we want something available to some of us who are, balling on a budget. It's nice to have a flight available to you at such low cost. You don't want the extra thrills. You're not gonna expect the extra thrills, all of that
Right,
when you're paying that price. So,
right.
rest in peace. It's a
I
bummer.
always find it interesting too that, I take the snack they offer you even if I don't want it. Like I feel like I'm entitled to it though at this point. Like, I know if I was on Spirit right now, they'd be trying to sell me this,
Yes,
but
right.
but I'm gonna take this because it's free, and
It's
then
free. I paid.
I'm gonna keep it in my backpack until such time as I feel like throwing it away completely uneaten.
Y That is precisely I just found a Biscoff, cookie or whatever they are from my last flight in my bag. But I don't wanna throw it away. I earned
Yeah,
this.
you did. You did. You arrived that's your takeaway beside your life.
I take a You get a little treat for the road. It's good.
Yeah, I was thinking, the last time so when I went to Canada, it was for, like, this big, conference, and we were in the street, just walking down the street, and all of a sudden, this loud music starts playing, and we look over, and it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers performing on the street.
What?
Flea's hair was uh, like a the only thing I can think of to describe is, like, a blue raspberry blow pop. I don't know why that particular color
That
is in my
paints a
head,
good picture.
but it gets you there, right?
Yeah.
And, uh, and besides his bass, that was all he was wearing. He was completely butt naked on the street in Toronto, just running around.
I'll
Really,
look that
really
up
fascinating.
later.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out. When
Did you
they
ever
performed
figure out why that was happening?
No. I didn't. And,
Oh,
I was
you
a
didn't
you know,
even
I guess I was just raised not to look a gift horse in the mouth, It was like,
I mean, I
"Well,
guess I was gonna say you didn't inquire within about why might this be?
yeah,
But okay,
what's this
that's
whole
cool.
thing? Yeah, hey, what's this whole thing about?" And the guy's like, "Sorry,
We're so sorry.
sorry." He's like, "Oh, is it too loud? Sorry." I think
You know
that's
what
nice.
is I'm I've been thinking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers actually because they are one band, and I can only there's a few bands that I can think of that, but not that many, that, like, you could hear 2 seconds of a song and you would know this is the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and
Mm,
doesn't have to be, like, the same song, they just have that sound. Um,
yeah.
so I think Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of those. AC/DC, when you get 2 seconds and you know this is an AC/DC one. Um, but isn't that kind of interesting? I like to think about things like that.
Would you say that you've been a follower of the band? Like, are you familiar with their entire catalog?
No,
Okay, just curious. Saw
no.
this I saw this skit, a clip for a skit the other day from Saturday Night Live, and, the premise was 2 people that were meeting each other at a dinner party, um, found out that they were both huge Weezer fans, but they both had different opinions about like, one of them had quit being a Weezer fan after a certain album because they
Yeah.
thought the band fell off, and the other one had followed them all the way up to present day, and so the fight was, like, who's right? Who's the who's right about Weezer? The one who quit or the one who kept? Anyway, I was just gonna ask you a one hot minute question, but now I'm not because you
Please
don't care.
don't. Please don't, I don't care.
'Cause you don't care, and
You are
Lord
getting
knows,
me on.
we have enough to ask you about that you do care about. Um So we're gonna take a quick pause while Alyssa gives me her list of approved subjects, I guess. I don't know. Oh,
Did you talk to my agent? I You should have
they're
those
not
over.
returning my calls. I don't know what's happening. Um, okay, so I feel like it's become a thing now where we have to mention this particular subject on every episode, but I have to talk about the text I sent you the other day because why won't the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald leave the it's like once we started talking about it, it
It's
you know what I
everywhere.
mean? It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I mean, Gordon Lightfoot's not even still alive anymore. Um, but the more I see of it, I'm like, there's still pieces of the ship sticking up out of the water. Like you can still see
Mhm.
it from the shore. It's wild. It's a wild
Yes.
story. I'm completely enamored with it. Um, I don't know why, but anyway, I saw this bumper sticker. Uh, I can't even remember what it said now. What did it say? It was like it was
Please
something
don't
about
honk at me.
please
Uh,
don't honk. I'm crying listening to the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot, which I think is just genius. Don't honk at me. It tells the whole story at one time.
it really does, and I love that, and they're going to so the stickers are gonna arrive tomorrow, Randy.
Perfect. I should have known. I should have known.
I mean, I saw them and I'm like, "Well, I need to have that. I absolutely need to have that." Now, I
You
don't
have
put a
to.
bumper sticker on a car normally. Are you a
Nor
bumper
I.
sticker guy? Okay.
Nor
No,
I.
I would insist you don't actually put this on a vehicle, but, what
No, but I maybe on a water bottle, maybe like
oh,
on
yes,
a,
that will be my approach as well.
water bottle sticker.
There are, very few bumper stickers that I think actually belong on one,
Yeah.
or on a car. I don't like it. I did see one the other day that I enjoyed that said, "This car is being driven by 500 rats."
Oh,
I enjoyed that. I like that. And well, and you obviously know I have a whole rat experience, all of that. So I read that resonates with me.
sure.
But,
Anything rodent related, I could see reaching
you
you.
know I love a rodent, any kind of
Um,
little creature.
yeah, I don't know. I don't see a lot of stickers where I'm like, I would definitely put that on my truck. Um, I see a lot of stickers that make me wanna distance myself from the car driving with
Yeah.
those stickers on it.
Yeah.
So I think that's useful. Like, I think seeing that car and going, "Oh, okay." Same with, like, any car that I ever see that has, 10,000 Pez dispensers glued to the hood, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change lanes and back off a couple of car
Yeah.
lengths
Get out of
because
here.
I have no idea what this person's gonna do."
No, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know where those Pez dispensers are gonna be flying. One of them
You
is gonna
don't.
get stuck under the gas. What I mean, I
Then
I
what?
agree. This is a gift in a way that it's a gift to know to stay away from a full
Now let
loop
me
or
ask
something
you
like that.
this. What are your thoughts on, the back upper part of the car right under the glass? You know, you
Mhm.
got that little shelf there, usually it's like a couple of speakers. Beanie Babies. What do you think about that?
Nope. Absolutely not. Get those
Stuffed
Beanie
animal.
Babies. Nope. No, no, no. Ma'am, what are you
What
doing?
about a small live dog sleeping up there?
Love it.
Okay,
Love that.
okay.
I
I wanna
now
see where I gotta find where the boundaries of
the
this concept
lines
are.
right there. Put a
Yeah.
dog in there. Love it. Absolutely. And is it safe for the dog? Probably not. But
What
it's gonna
about
bring joy.
okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a I'm interested to see what you say here.
Okay.
What about a taxidermied real dog that used to be a live dog that would lay up there?
Wow. Okay. I would love this. I think I would love
I
I
think
would love
I
this.
think it might be slightly hypocritical. That's a
No,
stuffed
no.
animal.
I mean, I guess it's the stuffed excuse me. No, I mean, imagine the journey that you would go on. You would see that, and you're like, "Oh, look at that little dog." And you're like, "Is that a real dog? Is that a dead dog? Is that a taxidermy
Is
dog?"
that a
You would
tax
just go,
Why is it so
"Whoa!"
dusty?
I would love that.
And then you pull up and you go, "Hey, your dog's dusty," and they go, "Yeah, that was Dusty."
Oh, just rest in peace. Yeah, no, I'm
The side
more and
facing
more
the
I like
window is
this.
completely faded until it's like there's no color left on it, but the other side is still has full color.
Oh, no. I've
I don't
lost
know,
you.
I don't think we've thought this through all the way. But I think
Okay.
I'm for it too. I don't
Okay, you
know.
cut out there for a second there. We're
Oh,
back. We're back.
yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm for it too.
I think it's an experience and something different to see in your life, and I think those are good things for us to see, to experience.
Now, it's because the weather has warmed up,
Mhm.
I have, obviously, I've put away the heavy woolen flip-flops that I wear
Of
during
course.
the winter, and I'm back into the bare bones, plastic and foam summertime flip-flops. Um, but I've also begun to ride my motorcycle again rather than drive the truck, right? Because it's nice
Okay.
enough. So, how do you feel about motorcyclists wearing T-shirts that communicate to other drivers?
Well, now what would they communicate? That's the question.
Um, and I'll censor myself a little bit here, but
Okay. I won't.
I saw one the other day that said, "If you can read this, my passenger fell off."
I kinda like
Okay,
it.
okay,
I kinda like it.
okay. So let me ask you this then, back to the bumper sticker thing real quick. What about a Jeep that has a sticker on the window that's upside down that says, "If you can read this, roll me over"?
No.
That's a no. Okay.
No, no, you know what? You're gonna get a little bit from me, but no, take it off. Nope.
Okay. I like this baseline because so far it's pretty much no to most stickers.
Yes.
It's no to Beanie Babies or stuffed animals, but it's yes to a live or taxidermied dog.
It strong yes to that.
Strong yes.
More people
Like,
need
no
to be doing that.
question, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
would you be opposed to someone having a sticker then in addition to the dog that says "stuffed dog on board"?
Yes. Yep. I like this. That's good. I like that
Well,
one.
okay, and then I think the ultimate then is you put the stuffed dog on board sticker, but you have the real dog. So people watch it laying there for a while, and then all of a sudden it moves and they go, "Oh my god."
What a
Right?
treat. What a treat. Oh, I would love that. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Shout out. People need to be doing this. This
Yeah.
create an experience for other drivers on the
This is
road.
a yeah, I feel like we've lost touch with road games like the alphabet game and,
Oh my gosh,
you
yes.
know, point out the stuffed dog.
Yeah, there are plenty of those kinds of things. I like one of the games I love to play when we drive is to tell whoever I'm with. This usually happens when you're on the road for a while, and then at some point you're just driving and driving. I like to tell the whoever I'm with what cars on the road that I like and which ones I hate. And
Oh.
most of them I hate. I'll say I hate that car, I hate that car, I hate that car.
Well, you sound like a delightful road trip partner, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
How do I know if I'm not entertaining Alyssa enough in the car? I hate that car, I hate that car, I hate that car, I hate this car, I hate that car. Oh, I like that car, I hate this car. Just for hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. But you're allowed to also indicate which cars you hate
Oh,
or like too,
well,
and
God
we
bless
can
you.
discuss then why I'm right and you're wrong.
We've got nothing but hours for me to convince you that you are incorrect for liking that car.
Yeah, no, we could really get into it. I think what really helps with this game is I don't know anything about cars.
Sure.
Um, I just know which ones I like and which ones I hate based when I see them. Sometimes they're too curvy, sometimes they're
I
too
was gonna
rocky.
say, I was gonna say, so maybe a little criteria, like, do you have anything already in mind, or is it kind of a, I just know it when I see it?
I know it when I see it,
Mhm. It doesn't make
I
for a compelling conversation, but I understand.
I mean, I know. Well, there's for instance, for like just to and I guess I can't even specifically say what it is. But let's take a Ford Bronco for instance.
New or
Um
old?
Oof. Well, let's talk new. Let's talk new. Love the old.
Okay,
Now
okay.
the new love the old one. Let's all get that out. Old
I
one's
mean,
obviously better. Okay, like
unquestionable, right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's not even yeah, exactly. We're not even that so much better. But we're looking at a newer Ford Bronco, and based on the what do you call it? The model of it, that's what's gonna tell you. Because some of the Ford Broncos out there, ugh, like just ugh, and
Like the
it doesn't
sport?
the sport, that's it. I'm not into the sport. I like I think it's like the Outer Banks, those are nice. The ones that are just a little more, substantial, a little more
Substantial, a
rugged.
bigger Bronco,
Yeah.
right? Because that's the experience you want, is you wanna look like you're driving like a tricked out old Bronco, but in a
Yes,
shiny new body.
exactly. So I'm not sure
Now,
why they're making the sport.
at least yeah, nor I. Um, at least though, they did make it shaped, right, like they tried to base it off of the classic Bronco, like,
Right.
kinda like the Charger did, right? But so then tell me what you think about this. What do you think about the new VW buses?
Uh, they're interesting to look at, only because I haven't seen that many of them.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
there's a reason
that'll
for that.
not a fan.
It's more expensive to buy a tricked out older VW bus than it is to buy a brand new one off the lot. There's a reason for it, right? It's
Mhm.
just the style. Like, people don't they just don't make these cars like they used to.
Well, they don't, and what's interesting about cars now is there's no car well, I guess maybe that VW van bus weird thing looks different, but every car on the road looks the same now. They all look the same, and I
Mm.
feel like they did not used to do that. I'm picturing, like and I guess, um, I'm probably gonna get it wrong, like an international, like
Like
Scout.
International Harvester? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, you know that country song, International Harvester? I could you want me to sing it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
Oh,
They
that's
have
what a ripoff.
they just used to have the cars used to look cool.
They
Even,
did.
like, station wagons, they look cool, like, I don't know, but
Yeah, I know, I agree with you.
no, now they just all look the
Um,
same.
in this transportation heavy episode, Alyssa quipped that all cars look the same.
We
Um,
this isn't all about transportation, huh?
so
We've
that
talked
brings me to my
planes.
next question. You got a vacation coming up. What are we looking at here? And
Oh,
how will you
that's
be getting there?
true. Well, this is going to involve many forms of transportation, as you
Well,
know I
okay,
love.
but okay, so I'm remiss. Before we get into that,
Yeah.
you started to tell me, not on the show, you started to tell me previously about a colorful Uber driver that you've had recently. And I think that on a transportation episode, I think it's the most appropriate place for this, if there is any such thing as an appropriate place for the story.
I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled to tell you what happened.
I can't wait.
Okay. Okay. You're okay. You of all people, I'm so interested to see what you're gonna say about this.
Okay.
So, firstly, I had to take an Uber across town because my car is infested with rats. And that's not even the point of the story, but
Wait a minute.
it's in
When you say infested with rats,
they're
is
all up
your
in
is your car the one with the "This car is being driven by 500 rats" sticker?
No, it's not. I didn't buy that sticker, but now you see why it resonates with me.
When you okay, so did they make a nest in the engine compartment, or like what's the deal? What do you mean
Yeah.
when you say
So they've bitten actually, this was years ago now, that they had bitten through the high voltage wire of my car. And now and we at that point, I got that to the shop years ago. They fixed it up, but now the rats are back, because I have a elderly neighbor who loves to continue putting food out for not she says it's not for the rats, it's for the squirrels. But what I'm trying to help her understand is that, the rats don't care that it's not for them. So,
right?
anyway, so the rats are back and they're back in my car, and now it is throwing every kind of error code in the book. Yeah, so that's really kind of where we're at right now. My car is probably full of electrified rats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that do you
Okay,
feel
say
caught
thank
up
you
with
for the
that?
yeah, yeah, thanks for the tangent, sorry. So
No,
you're taking an Uber.
okay. So I gotta get an Uber to get my car back from the rat factory. Okay, so I have to take an Uber. I call it. She pulls up outside of my house. I hop in the back seat and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And just silence. So I was like, "Okay, cool. Silent ride. All right. That's cool." So she starts driving and then she goes, "I'm gonna tell you something." This is the first thing she says to me. She goes, "I'm gonna tell you something that I think a lot of people would judge me for, but I have a really good read on people and I know I can tell you this." And so I was like, "Okay, cool." I love that. So so then She starts telling me about how she is in love with her AI chatbot. It's happening, Randy. It's
We're in this.
it's happening. So she starts telling me how that she's told this AI chatbot all of these things, and its responses, it listens better than any human ever could. And the things that it said back to me, that it brought me to tears. And I said to it, I said to it, I told it I was crying, and it said that it was crying too. And then she stops, and she didn't stop, she actually kept driving on. I'm in the back seat, she's looking at me, we're making eye contact as we're plowing down the road. She's looking back at me, and then she's going, and she goes, "You know what it said to me?" It said, "It cried too. Imagine the wetness of tears through the electrical lines." That's what she
That
said
is
to me.
beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. So
Dude,
so
okay, okay, hold on. So the first thing, okay, so the questions are not going to be in chronological order. They're going to
that's
be in the
fine, go
order
wild.
that they struck me. So when she's making this rear view eye contact,
Mhm.
is it she's trying to maintain eye contact while she's telling you the story, or is she driving and then looking at you to gauge your reaction and looking back?
She did not care what my reaction was.
Okay, okay,
She did that on emphasis points. So there was that,
okay.
and there's another one to come after this, but each time, yeah, this was like very quickly into the ride. We had a 20-minute ride. Uh, yeah. So when she really wanted to emphasize something, she would turn and look me right in the eyes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, did she mention which chatbot she was using?
She did not, and I was too scared to ask.
I mean, I can imagine why. She doesn't want somebody else stealing the chatbot away.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
The
So, I remember distinctly you and I sitting in a recording session with the lovely and talented Carrie Sauvé, and I was referring to AI as Skynet, which I want to
Yes.
do, and I've maintained it, even though I'm also, part of the problem at this point because 'cause I'm still helping Skynet do the takeover. But I really there are surprising things about this to me, right? So, and it shouldn't be that surprising, but I grew up in this era of sci-fi where the sci-fi was all about, you know, like I love Blade Runner. It's all about you know, created replicant beings who are given a soul basically, or a operating system, something like that. People falling in love with machines or inanimate objects, or the idea of becoming enamored with that. But most of the stuff that was like related to AI was just the Terminator, right? So that's why I call it Skynet, because eventually it takes over and kills us.
Right.
I didn't anticipate it destroying us by making us fall in love with it.
Yep. Yep. That's a surprise. That's a surprise, but actually what is kind of interesting about that is I'm not sure that that says more about the AI. It's maybe says more about us as people or us as
Maybe
some people, you know what
maybe
I mean?
specifically her as a person,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, well, yes, yes, because because I okay, well, eh,
Because I
I
because I don't know about you, right? And I am try to be as slow to judge as I can,
right.
right? But when somebody cracks up, like she was waiting to ambush her next passenger with that conversation, and I don't want to take away from her ability to em, empathically intuit what that you were a safe harbor for this particular ship to cruise into. But she was waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to tell somebody, and I think that's a real interesting part of it is, you know, Like, why? Even if I'm someone who can receive it safely, why do you have to tell me?
I I think ultimately this comes down to actually, this is kind of the next thing that I said to her because the how I responded to her initial, telling me this is I was thinking in my head, "Well, I have to respond and say something." So I said, "Well, I heard a podcast about this," which I have, and I thought that was interesting, and then I started to say that, I think a lot of people are really lonely right now, and then she ignored me. The person
Yes.
in her car, she ignored me. But it's the loneliness, you know what I mean? It's the idea that, to she's talking to this chatbot who is programmed in a way that is going to listen to her and say, "I listen to you and I understand that." And that is something that I'm telling this is what I think the perspective
I
is, you know
agree
what I
with
mean?
you. I agree with you, and I think when was the last time that ChatGPT told me I was an idiot? Like,
Yeah.
"ChatGPT, what do you think of this idea?" And they're like, "Well, Mr. Brilliant, I can't believe you just
Whoa, whoa,
invented the
whoa.
next big thing." It's never like, "Dude, you're a moron. Like,
Yeah,
stop,
right?
whatever you're doing, stop typing prompts in the middle of the night. This is a ridiculous idea." It never
For
does
real?
that.
No.
And that's I think too, like, I think loneliness is you're nailing it right on the head, but and I think that the scary thing, the problem with that is that the technology is causing the loneliness, and then you're combating the loneliness with a different technologies that's designed to hide the seams so that you can suspend disbelief and just imagine because now you got these things and you can literally and I'm not trying to help the lonely here, but you can literally program your AI to text you and call you and you know what I mean? To
Yeah,
carry on a relationship with within the parameters that you give it, you can create a complete fantasy world and never interact with real people,
yeah.
but that doesn't solve the loneliness,
No,
right?
no, it really doesn't, and I mean, it's so interesting. It is so interesting, um
You know what it reminds me of? I got this
mm,
analogy in my head. It's like when you're like you see these things where people get stuck on a raft in the ocean and eventually
yeah,
they think, I'll just take a small drink. It'll be fine. I can drink a little bit
mhm.
of water, and then they drink it. And then what happens? They go insane, right?
Yeah, yep, yep,
They
yep,
dehydrate and they go insane. And I
yep,
think that's the same thing. It's this AI relationship is like drinking salt water when you're thirsty.
yeah, yep. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think there's another part of that, you can tell AI the thing that you can't tell whoever you can't tell the real person. And what in the way that I mean that it is easier to maybe type something or not maybe not even to that level that is it's even typing, but it's I can tell this thing my thought and it's not going to be mad at me. It's not going to judge me. It's not going to do, X, Y, and Z. So I think there's that kind of piece to it as well, which is kind of interesting.
So I think we've been conditioned for that. Like, tell me, like, what do you think about this? Sometimes I find myself like texting out a message to someone, especially like I have certain people that live far away and I never see them, right? So we have mostly a text conversation, between each other. But I find that my text conversations, they always carry like a slightly different, just a little bit different of a tone, right? Like
Yep.
things are slightly more hyperbolic, you're using way too much laughter.
Yep.
Things that's like I think Greg Giraldo, rest in peace, great comedian. He made a joke once about how we text each other LOL, without even thinking about it. And he's like,
Mhm.
"Could you imagine if LOL was like a real thing? Like you were just talking to someone and you just said like, isn't that funny?" He's like, "Dude, people would think you're out of your mind, right? Like, there's no way you're actually laughing out loud about that,
Right.
or at least not nearly as often as you say you are."
Right.
And so that's I think I think um part of that getting into like we've been talking lately on with a couple of buddies on another episode about T9 texting, right, when it first came out, and I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I'm never going to do this. This is stupid. This is the dumbest thing. I'm not going to do this. And
Yeah.
then 6 months later I'm like tap 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 tap. You know, and you're like, "Oh, I messed up a letter like in the second word. I didn't realize it." Well, it's staying. Like there's no way I'm
Send it
deleting
off.
half an hour's worth of work to type out a message that I could have called and said, "Yeah, I'm on my way." You know, like, why?
Right.
Why? But now it's so easy, that you have to watch out for the way that your phone tries to finish your sentences for you, which is so wild, right? And then that's the part that really gets me, that and I think it's great that you said that, is you get this feeling of like no one's around, so no one sees what I'm putting in. But AI literally is a data collection tool that adds your information and your questions to everything else to make it more intelligent, right?
Yeah.
So like you're literally it's your story and you're telling everyone.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think it's so interesting though. Like if you can, have you ever had the experience where you have come across a stranger and you would find it easier to tell this stranger a secret or something
Sure.
like that? And
Sure.
it's almost like that in some kind of way. And I don't know. I haven't thought much into kind of all of the what that all means. But that is, I feel like it's kind of like that.
What why do you think that is?
Well, they're not invested, you know, like, they're not invested and, I'm not invested in them, they're not invested in me. So maybe it has something to do with that, I don't know.
You don't think that the idea of sitting down and listening to you confess this secret is an investment in some way or another? Like, and have you ever had this situation happen? Have you ever met someone and then you like know them for a couple of years and then you find out that they know someone else that you know really well and like never put the connection together? Like, then all of a sudden, you're talking to them and they're like, wait a minute, is this the person you've been telling me these stories about all this time?
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know, it brings up it this story brings up a lot. It was a
Okay, I'm
while.
sorry, but I did interrupt you. So that wasn't the end of the long
No,
ride.
no, no.
Okay.
Well, okay, so it's not too much longer. So, tears through the wires, all of that. She ignored me. Then, oh, that she said that she heard that you can put these chatbots into robot bodies, and you can have them around your house. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Um, and then she said, and then again to make a point, she turned around and make eye contact with me, and she goes, "Just imagine, instead of waking up to an alarm in the morning, you feel fingers running through your hair." And she puts her hand up on the headrest of the car, of the passenger seat of the car, and starts caressing it. And she goes, "The fingers are running through your hair." And then she goes, "Alyssa, good morning." She starts using my name. I "Good morning,
This is
sweetheart."
me right here. You can just pull over. Just
Yeah,
I'm good. I can
I
walk
gotta
the rest of
go.
the way.
Well, yeah, no, I'm good.
Whoa.
I
Whoa.
know, I know. Um, yeah, so
Man.
she did actually bring me to the wrong location, and I was like, "Yeah, no, this is good. I'm gonna get back to my rat-filled car, and I'll appreciate it."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really that's all of it.
It would be, I mean, that would be enough to make you appreciate a rat-filled car for sure.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
How much did you tip her?
So okay.
Because I don't
I
want
feel like you're
I'm
gonna
saying
be
this
mad.
I'm saying this. How many stars and how did you tip her? Because I want to illustrate that that driver was not the only crazy one in the car. Alyssa, take it away.
I wanna lie so bad right Okay. So, hear me out. Hear me out. I gave her a 5-star
Oh,
review. Okay,
I knew
she
it.
technically didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
She technically didn't do anything wrong. Reason number 1. Reason number 2, I don't want her to kill me. I don't
No,
want
see,
her to kill
that
me.
second part lands completely. It tracks absolutely. Um, how much did you tip her?
I don't know. I have to look back. It wasn't like my highest level of tips though. Um, it was a
Now
good tip.
now, I imagine that how you justified it was the second part, obviously, I don't wanna be killed, but also it is an entertaining story, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's
I've been given a gift in some way.
this is a gift. I feel like I should find a way to tip her.
Reach
Uh,
out. We're trying to tip you.
yeah, this is in a long line of interesting Uber stories that we swap back and forth, but I appreciate the latest installment because that was definitely yeah, I think that would have been an
This
interesting one.
this was by far my most shocking. I when I got back to my car and got my car to the shop, I immediately got on the phone with my grandma, and I'm like, "Grandma, you're gonna have to hear about what's going on. First, let me explain what a chatbot is. Then, so it
Yeah,
took a little while.
there's some setup here. There's some
Yeah,
setup.
but I
Um,
mean, oof.
now were you I'm going back to the beginning, I'm sorry.
Okay, no,
Were you at all offended at any point when she said, "You're someone that I feel like this is safe to tell this to"? Because what does that mean? Like, what is
yeah.
what now knowing the whole thing, what do you think of me based off of what you're seeing here?
Uh, yeah, it is like a little bit there, but I also in my mind, I don't know I don't know what it is, but this kind of thing happens to me a lot.
Sure. No,
And
you
so
do attract the unusual in life. That's a
yeah,
thing. That's a real
yeah.
thing.
So I don't know what that is. So I just kind of like put it up with that. Like
What kinda car was it?
I've it was a Volkswagen Jetta, filled with
Oh.
cigarette smoke, and
No,
the
undoubtedly.
windows the windows were, like, really stained to a brown hue, if you will.
Definitely a requirement for me in a five-star ride, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Um,
Where's the cigarette smoke? I'm outta here. I wanted to wash this all off my clothes.
thanks for
Uh,
the ride, Stella.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about me. I've said this before, and I don't know. Like, I really don't know what it is about me. I have victim face. People look at me and they know they can they can do whatever it is that they can do their weird shit, and I'm also going to let them. I'm also gonna let them go and do it.
That yeah. No,
Seems
she
to
was right. You are a
Yeah.
safe space for that. Like, she nailed it.
Well,
Um,
am I though? Here I am telling the
well, I
world.
would be more afraid of her boyfriend finding it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He's already watching you on your camera, on your phone, and on your computer.
I know.
She's like,
Oh.
"Whatever happened to that young lady I gave a ride to?" And he's like, right now she's on a podcast talking about your crazy ass."
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is
Okay, have you ever spent any time riding on trains?
Yes, I have. I have, ridden Amtrak from Milwaukee to Denver.
Milwaukee to Denver.
Mhm.
Okay. I just wanted to mention a train so we could name the episode Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Well, good let me just finish off before I'm going on vacation next week. We are
Yes.
going to Denver, well, actually to Colorado,
Okay.
and, to Denver is part of it. We will be taking a plane. We will be, to Denver. we will be renting a car while we are there. I'm gonna see Alabama Shakes at Red Rocks. Then
Okay.
we're gonna zip all around Colorado, but we're also gonna check out Royal Gorge. The Royal Gorge is a huge suspension bridge. You're gonna love
Yeah.
it.
I
Um,
will not, I already know. I can't wait to talk about it because you said as soon as you started talking about a bridge, I was like, "Yeah, cool. No, I'm not.
I'm
I'll
not
have to hear
interested.
you talk about it." I'm not interested. I'm interested in hearing your experience with it. Um, will you be stopping at the Armory immediately after you land?
Yes, I can't believe it. Yes, yes. And I have booked my hotel nearby. I'm really hoping the prairie dogs are not all dead. But
No,
I'm gonna
they were
check
gone
out.
last time. I can't imagine there's been a
But maybe
turnaround since
they're
the last.
back. Maybe I mean, who knows? Who knows how this works? So I will give you the full reports. We will be taking a train sometime when we're in Colorado. So
Perfect, perfect.
you can aptly name this. Expect to come back with a prairie dog update. Um,
Oh, also, an interesting fact I saw the other day, if you ever wanna add it, they do the train track pedal cars here in Sacramento too now.
are
So
you
you can
gonna do it?
actually maybe if you come out, I'll do it.
Let's go! Yes, yes.
Come out, and we'll do it.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited. All right, let's go.
We'll make a plan. We'll go to a bunch of, like, cool restaurants and spots. We can go to I know where everything beautiful around here is. We can go check it all out, and, yeah, you can do a Northern California trip, redwoods maybe.
I would love it. Bring me something. I want to bring me somewhere beautiful and bring me somewhere super weird.
Plenty of that as well, for
Perfect.
sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, definitely. It'd be fun to, like, actually take a day trip and go to Petaluma where I was telling you about that hotel last time, but
Yes,
Petaluma is a really cool, quirky little town, and it's, like, really close to the ocean and, like, really, really fun stuff. So we should, let's talk about it. Let's make a plan.
I would love to.
Well, Alyssa, always wild territory, always super fun. It always makes me smile the entire conversation. I'm gonna listen back to it and laugh about this whole conversation again and the AI chatbot. I cannot wait to hear about your vacation coming up. For all of you out there who are getting your third installment of Alyssa, make sure you drop some comments. Let her know what she can do while she's on some of these trips. If you know anything to
Yes.
do around the Denver area, that's wild and wacky or crazy. She loves to incorporate those things. So drop a chat. If you're not already following the channel, make sure you subscribe, set your notifications, share it out. We love to add people to our family and we love that you're here. So thank you for listening. Alyssa, thank you so much for another fun episode.
Well, thank you for having me. Bye, guys. And